What up? What up? What up? Hey guys, it's your resident online mortgage lender, Robert Lewis, NMLS license number 180100. Well, it looks like in a couple of days, Lord say the same, we'll see another 365 days around the sun. So, to whoever might be watching this live on the replay, congratulations, you made it. And prayerfully, everything went well for you on this year. If you're going to partake in those types of activities here in a couple of days, you guys be safe. If not, I understand. The reason I'm coming on today, and it'll be very, very brief, is because I continually get the same apprehension twice today from folks that want to buy homes that think they have some credit issues. And so I wanted to make a quick video, give you 3 tips that would help anybody, regardless of where you are on the spectrum. But more importantly, for those that are home ready and looking to buy here, let's say February 2023 and going forward. Okay. So I want to talk about 3 tips, 3 things that you can do to dramatically increase your scores rapido, very, very quick. Right. So let me give you a little context. Earlier this year or a couple of months ago, FHFA came out and said that, hey, we're going to adopt a new FICO scoring model as it pertains to mortgages. And YouTube went wild, as you all know, and everybody takes stuff and runs with it. But here's the deal: that model will not be adopted for us as lenders for the next couple of years. It takes time to work its way through the system. That said, trended data is something that's been around for a while. In fact, the first time I could remember talking about it is way back in 15 when I went to a seminar, right? But long and short, trended data is going to come to the fore eventually. And the concept is no longer will you be able to do some of the stuff that I'm going to talk about to you here in a moment to rapidly increase your scores, but the algorithm, the equation is going to look at a behavior pattern over minimum of 24 months. So most lenders that are pulling credit reports now, we have that snapshot as far as your trade lines and your payment history over 24 months. So I said that to say this: it's very important if you're one that, has behaviors that are not conducive to trended data. They're going to take payment history. They're going to take, I was going to say mortgage history, but rental history into account. All right. As well as telephone bills. And so those could be some gotchas for some folks. So this is another reason for you to pay attention to this video. One other thing that I want to define with trended data, they've highlighted or identified 2 types of borrowers. Okay. So the first type is a transactor, and that's the type that I would like for my community to be as we grow and learn, especially over the last couple of years. I know you guys have gotten a ton of education on these things, but you want to be a transactor. Okay. A transactor is a consumer who pays their credit card statement balances in full on time every month. Okay. Now, you might have to work up to that point, but most people are what they call revolvers. Not the gun, but a revolver, right? It's someone who carries a balance over from one month to the next. Now, if that's you, again, this information that we're going to go over here in just a moment will show you a formula for right now that can help you get better as you become a transactor, right? But until then, if you're carrying a balance from month to month, right, that's where the name comes from, right? Revolving debt, which refers to debt accrued on an open credit line, like credit cards. Okay. So now, that said, let's get into the presentation. The first thing you would want to do Okay. The first thing you want to do is gather your credit card statements. This is the first tip, right? You're like, that's not a tip, Robert. Well, hold on. Slow your roll. Once you gather those credit card statements, either online, download them, or if you have a physical copy, you're looking for your statement date, not the due date. The statement date is going to be the run date. It's going to be the last day of the billing cycle from the credit card company. All right. So you want to gather all your documents. And if you've been watching the videos here recently, it's an ongoing recurring theme, documentation, but you want to gather all your credit card statements and find the statement date and make some type of note of it. Okay. Got a ton of technology now where you can kind of itemize those things. Now, once you do that, the next thing you want to do, step number 2, is you want to choose the card that you want to use the most. Typically, that's going to be the one with the highest balance, okay, lowest interest, and the others from this formula, you're going to pay the balance in full, zero. And this is for folks that are looking to purchase a home. All right. Now, if you want to carry this further, do so. But I recommend, again, if you're looking to buy from February going forward into 2023, it's a great time to do it because this will give the algorithms, the computer, the FICO algorithms 2, 4, and 5. Those are the versions that we use for the mortgage scoring. Will give those things time to recognize what you've done. Okay. But you choose the one that you want to use, right? Pay the balances off on the others. Don't cut them up. Don't throw them away. Just set them to the side. Okay. And then the one that you choose, if you have a balance on it, you want to pay that balance down to a minimum of 1% of the available credit limit, maximum 3%, 1 to 3%. I know you've heard 30% online for years. Again, I've been trying to tell you guys the highest credit scores, folks with the highest credit scores have 3 cards minimum. You can't hack age, right? But they've been open 2 years or more. And the available credit limit, the utilization is no more than 3% of the available credit limit. So, statement, date, gather the cards, statement dates, number 1. Number 2, choose which card you want to keep, pay the balances off on the rest. The card that you keep, if it has a balance, you want to have or pay the balance down to 1 to 3% of the available credit limit. Don't pay the balance off. Again, this is what we're doing to increase the scores to the highest amount that we possibly can prior to application, your home loan application. Okay. Now, here's a caveat in the red there. You want to make sure that the card that you keep, right, and this is a bonus, and we'll get into this another time, but you want to make sure that it's a revolving credit card. Okay. Call your issuer and say, hey, is this a revolving line of credit, not a charge card? Okay. So from there, the third thing you want to do is you want to make payments on the card you keep 5 days prior to the statement date. 5 days prior. Okay. And then you don't want to add on to that balance, that 1 to 3%, until 3 days have passed or 3 days after the statement date. Again, you're giving the algorithm an opportunity to say, hey, when your issuer reports your balance that one day to the 3 agencies, it's going to see, hey, it has or they have the proper amount of utilization on the card. And then you got to give some time for, processing. So that's why you want to be early and not the day of. And then you want to give it a couple of days just to make sure the processing time has had time to do its thing. After the 3 days, after you've made the payment 5 days prior to the statement date, you wait till 3 days after the statement date. Now you can use that card again and increase on that 1 to 3% balance. And you repeat this until the time that you close on your home, go to the title company or the attorney's office, or nationwide, depending on where you are. If a notary comes to you, you sign all your documents. And when the loan funds, that means you get your keys. You don't do nothing until you get your keys. Okay. And then after you get your keys, you could go back to what you were doing prior. But again, remember what I said, guys. The definition of a transactor is a consumer, someone who pays their credit card statement balance in full on time every month. And if you do carry a balance, you only want to use one card. I know a lot of you guys got a lot of stuff going on, but use that one card. Okay. If you want to keep those other cards after you've gotten into your home, you can, once a quarter put a balance on one, kind of, to show folks that you're using it. But utilization is the key, because you want to be identified as a transactor and not a revolver. Okay. So now that is the hack. That's the hack. It's not, it's been around. There's nothing new under the sun. Okay. So are you ready? That's the question. Are you ready to move forward with home ownership in 2023? Okay. I would strongly advise you, admonish you, if you want to buy, you want to do so, because there's a lot of factors at play that, as we move forward in time, Lord willing, we're all still here, home prices are going to continue to rise, and there's going to be a gap. There's already a gap, okay? And the gap is widening. And there's going to be a lot of folks that won't be able to buy. Don't want to make this a doom and gloom. It's just facts. Do the numbers. So if you're someone that has been on the sideline and you've been waiting, trying to time the market and things of that nature, I think you have enough data to show that this isn't 2008 without us telling you it's not 2008. Go back, run the numbers, look year over year. Prices have come down as far as the appreciation is concerned, but still up. It's going to be up 10% year over year, where a normal market is 3 to 5%, and 5 is on the high end. And that's in some of your bigger markets on the coastal, on the left and right coast. So get in, guys. Get with someone that you know, like, and trust, where you can have a conversation. And more importantly, we can advise you as to your specific situation. So it starts with a conversation. So if you're ready, right, then you can schedule a loan consultation today. That's the beauty of the technology, so that we can help you realize your goal, your dream of home ownership in 2023. So you can click the link, take a picture, QR code, get on the calendar, so that we can make sure that all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed, so that you can get in where you fit in. Hey, guys, I really appreciate the opportunity to come before you this past year. Anyone who has watched the video or liked or shared from me to you, I appreciate it, because you don't have to do that. And so as we move forward, know this. This is what I do. 20 years, actually, May 2023. I'll finally get to 20 years. Been saying 20 years for the last 3 years, but not going anywhere. This is what we do. And no disrespect to anybody else, but I'm from the school that you can only do one thing well at a time. So if you want somebody that, this is what they do, and you want to have that conversation so that we can help you get to where it is that you need to get to, reach out. Again, reach out, subscribe to all the channels, watch, learn, continue to build that confidence and trust until the time that you're ready. We'll be here. Again, as long as we're living, we'll be here. So with that, my time is up, but I thank you for yours. As I always say, guys, let's be good to one another. Let grace abound. And until the next time, peace. You guys be blessed.